I'm Cody, and I hope you're hungry. On this episode of Problem Solved, we're preparing for a gathering. I have some unique gadgets that might help you out in the kitchen, some easy ways to store all of your favorite recipes, and a nice way to add a special little touch to any gathering. Planning a big meal for the holidays or a potluck involves a lot of coordination. You need to make sure there's enough food, enough variety of food, and no two people are bringing the same food. In these instances, I love to work smarter and not harder. If you're in charge of a lot of dishes for one meal for like Thanksgiving or Christmas, consider keeping all of your menus, your recipes, and cook times in one place for easy reference. This can be stored in a grocery app, a note app, a spreadsheet. All that really matters is it's somewhere that you can easily access it, and that it doesn't accidentally get deleted. It might also be worth including all of the recipes for this in the same place. That way, it's a one-stop shop for everything you need. There are some apps that can help coordinate gatherings, but they might require everybody to download it, and it can be a lot of work. So my favorite solution is a good old Google Sheet or a shared note on an iPhone. Just start it, share it, and let everybody else do their part. Plus, you can easily share information like Wi-Fi and parking dates right in the document. To share the Google Sheet, just copy and paste the link and send it to the invite list. Just make sure you remember to change the permissions so that they can edit it too. For a note, tap the share button and then change the collaboration setting in the drop-down menu. But in order for this to work, everybody does need to have an Apple device. Yes, Danielle's bringing peanut butter pie. I love it. The menu's set, the food is in the oven, and people are starting to arrive. And what better way to greet them than with a nice glass of wine? My next tip will show you some ways to find the perfect bottle and how to make the perfect pour. I'm an advertiser's dream when it comes to buying wine. I usually know what kind I want, but then I just base it on the label and what fits my budget. And that's about where my wine knowledge ends. Thankfully, there's an app that can help me out. The Vivino app takes a picture of the label of your wine bottle, and then it tells you a lot of information about it. It highlights some of the rankings, the facts of it, and it also gives you a flavor profile. It also keeps track of the bottles that you've scanned or searched so you can find all of them in one place. Once you find the right bottle, it's time to open it. A lot of them are twist tops now, but some of them still have the traditional cork. And while something like this gets the job done, it can be kind of difficult. So enlist the help of an electric rechargeable wine bottle opener. It's so easy, anybody can do it. Now that it's open, it's time to pour. I think I'm feeling like 100 milliliters today. Just set how much you want it to pour, double tap, and then you have a perfectly measured glass of wine. It's a little bubbly at first, but that's because it's aerating the wine as it pours it. This makes it super easy to divvy it out to all of your guests. And for any leftover wine in your bottle, don't forget to vacuum seal it to keep it fresh for a little bit longer. Cheers! The wine has been shared, now it's time to share the Wi-Fi. My next tip will show you some different ways to let your guests access your network. Wi-Fi passwords. We want them, we ask for them, we share them. iPhones and Androids have an easy way to share the password with any of your friends that are trying to connect to a network you're already connected to. But consider this alternative for your home network. Give them the password, but for a guest network, curated specially for them. It's the same Wi-Fi and it doesn't cost you anything extra, but it does provide a little extra layer of security between all of the devices you have connected to your network and the ones that are coming in temporarily. This separate network also can limit some of the things that your guests or even your kids have access to in your house. So think your smart speakers, your TVs, your printers. And because it's a separate network, you can change the password as often as you want, and it's not gonna have any impact on anything connected to your normal Wi-Fi network. Plus, you can turn it on or off anytime you want. There are a lot of different internet service providers, so the easiest way to figure out how to do this on yours is to do a web search. That's useful, right? Well, keep watching because my next tip has a couple more gadgets that might be able to help you out in the kitchen. Cooking and coordinating a multi-dish meal should be an Olympic sport. With all of the stirring, baking, seasoning, and resting, there's a lot going on. Not to mention, you don't want one dish to get cold while the other one is cooking. One of the simplest ways to make sure you're ready on time is to just count backwards from the time you need to be ready. Things like staggering your dishes in the oven and having the heavier items closer towards the bottom can help you maximize the oven space and prepare multiple dishes at once. Sometimes the biggest inconvenience is only having two hands, and that's where this thing can come in handy. No, it's not a head massager. It's my favorite kind of Real Housewife, a pot stirrer. Just press the button and let it do all the work. It has different speeds and it can stir continuously for up to 10 minutes. And when it's done, this goes in the dishwasher and this goes on the charger. The reality with these multi-course meals is that something risks getting cool while something else is getting cooked. That's where a warming mat can help. It's like an electric blanket for your food. Ooh, I can't wait to dig in. My final tip is a really simple way to make your gathering even more special for the people who could make it or the people who weren't able to attend. I'm a very sentimental person, so I'm a big believer in even the smallest thing making a big difference. And a trip down memory lane is always a good idea. It's a super simple way to add a little bit of nostalgia to any gathering. I can have it run through all of the photos that I upload on it, or I can create folders so it'll just play pictures from my work friends or my family or specific trips that I've taken. I can add photos using the app or via email. I can also share those details with my friends or family and they can add to it. But this is so much more than just a picture frame. It can also tell me the weather, set an alarm, and play some music. There's so many different versions of a digital photo frame on the market now, it'll be really easy to find the right size, the right style, and the one that fits your budget the best. Cheers to great memories and even better coworkers.